Las Vegas is a place known for its glitz, glamour, and providing millions of people plenty of stories to tell. Its reputation was built on being a place where you could do things that were not legal in the rest of the country. It's because of this unique history of Las Vegas that there are numerous myths that still exist today, but not anymore. In this video, we're going to debunk some of these myths and shed some light on the truth behind them. So let's go. I really want to start this video off right by focusing on something positive that I'm sure we can all relate to. Getting arrested. You see, when it comes to certain laws here in the state of Nevada, there are definitely some misconceptions. And the biggest one is probably around prostitution. Yes, it is legal in Nevada, but not all parts of Nevada. And where I am standing right now in Clark County, it is not legal. Consuming cannabis products in public is not legal. I have never heard of anyone getting arrested solely for the purposes of consuming these products in public, but I have seen reports where a person has gotten arrested for something else and then that charge was simply added onto it. Keep in mind though, that if you do consume these products in public, you 100% give the police probable cause to stop you and detain you if they choose. One thing to know about the law here in Nevada is that unlike other states, like our neighbor next door in California, Nevada has no law against being drunk in public. However, your drunken behavior can get you charged with something else, like trespassing, disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, urinating in public. You get the idea. When it comes to open containers here in Nevada, millions of tourists in the Las Vegas area every year are used to walking out in public with open containers or being in a taxi, a limo, or a party bus or something like that. However, it is illegal to have an open container in a personal vehicle unless it is in the trunk or in the glove box. Let's talk about something that I've seen debated on social media several times. It's about where the Strip begins and ends. And I'm gonna set the record straight. I have seen people comment that they think the Strip goes from Russell Road to Sahara Avenue or from the Las Vegas sign to Sahara Avenue. I've seen people debate whether or not the Strat is even part of the Strip. Here's the real deal, you guys. You ready for this? There's no official answer. There is no legal definition. That's why a debate exists in the first place. The term the Strip is a commonly used term for a subjectively defined area of land. Nothing more. Some people like to use Sahara Avenue as a dividing line because that's where the official border on Las Vegas Boulevard is between the city of Las Vegas and Clark County. But that is not the definition of the Strip. Neither the city of Las Vegas or Clark County have the authority to determine where the Strip begins and ends. So when people say the Strat is technically not part of the Strip, there's nothing technical about it because there is no official definition. It is subjective. That's why on the north end, you have businesses like the Strip Gun Club. And if you go even farther north, the Chapel of Bells has on their own website that they are one of the few original Las Vegas wedding chapels on the Strip. I mean, shoot, Jerry's frickin' Nugget could claim to be on the Strip if they wanted. I myself, when I think of the Strip at the very south end, I think of the Las Vegas sign and the Mandalay Bay area. When I think of the North Strip, I include the Strat. Another lie you'll hear people say about Las Vegas is that there's nothing to do but gamble. Last time I checked, Las Vegas has some of the world's biggest and best hotels, suites, restaurants, nightclubs, gentlemen's clubs, shopping, shows, hiking, golf courses, concerts, and sporting events, just to name a few things. And this segues perfectly into another lie you hear some people say about Las Vegas, and that is all the best things to do are here on the Strip. Not even close. Of course, the Strip is going to get the most attention because there's no other place like it in the world. However, there's no shortage of awesome things to do, whether just a block away from the Strip, in downtown, from Laughlin to Mesquite to Pahrump, and everywhere in between. And speaking of the Strip, this brings up the good point about the cost of a vacation in Las Vegas increasing and the area losing its reputation for being a value destination. Although that has certainly been the trend, with resort fee increases, parking fees going in, slot machines getting tighter, casinos changing table games to give themselves an even bigger advantage, etc., there are still affordable options available. The Strip has gotten harder to find deals, but you can still get rooms at the center of the Strip out the door for under $100 a night, particularly during the week. You do have food options that are affordable, particularly more towards the center of the Strip. And if you go just outside of the Strip and into downtown, you have even more affordable options available to you. When compared to many other tourist destinations around the US, Las Vegas remains a relatively affordable option. One way that casinos get you to spend more money, especially on slots, is by getting you to think that you're getting close to winning on a progressive machine by showing some visual indicator that changes throughout the game. Slots like Wicked Wheel, Dancing Drums, and the one with the stupid fat piggies on it that eat your money give you the appearance that you're getting close to winning something. That's because either the cauldron fills up or the pigs get fatter. But if you look on the game's directions, it will actually tell you that that is just for display purposes only, and it has no official impact on whether or not you're about to win anything. LOL. Although Las Vegas is a place where you can find something to do 24 hours a day, believe it or not, there are times when travel does slow down. I used to hear this every so often when I was working in hospitality, particularly in the club scene. Sometimes a tourist would come to the club on a weeknight or in the middle of the day and would be surprised that the club was not completely packed wall to wall with beautiful women on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. The tourist would be shocked and he would ask me why it's so slow or why the place is so empty right now. And I would have to remind him that, sir, it is a Tuesday at 2 p.m. And sometimes the guy would say, but this is Vegas. And you could just see right in that moment, whatever ideas he had about Las Vegas from movies or TV or whatever media he had consumed instantly collided with the reality of the situation. Since Las Vegas is in a desert, this is the perfect time to talk about some of the major water attractions we have here and the impact that they have on Lake Mead. Some of you may have seen online from people who are concerned about the drought here in Southern Nevada that they will complain about the Bellagio fountains because they say it takes water from Lake Mead. Fun fact, the Bellagio fountains use well water that does not come from Lake Mead. On their own website, it states, the iconic Lake Bellagio and fountains use no water from Lake Mead or the Colorado River. Instead, the lake and all Bellagio property irrigation comes from underground wells on site. One thing you will sometimes hear people say in the gambling world here in Las Vegas is that betting with $50 bills is bad luck. Yeah, that's not true. It's just a superstition. And that goes for several other beliefs in the gambling world. If you're a slot player, you might think that a machine is due to hit because it's been cold for a while, or you heard that newer slots on the casino floor are looser because they're trying to attract more players to come play them. Yeah, there's really no way to actually know any of that. If you play craps, you might think that anything that interrupts your flow is going to somehow conjure up energetic forces that is going to cause you to roll a 7. Oh yeah, and some people don't like it when you say 7 at the craps table because they believe it's bad luck. But that's a lie too. The truth is that the moment you throw those dice, they're going to land on whatever they land on, regardless of what anyone wants to tell themselves. Oh, let's talk about the mob, shall we? Pretty much everyone knows that Vegas history involved mobsters. Some people seem to be under the impression that the mafia was one single, unified, and organized operation that could do whatever they wanted in Las Vegas.
The truth is that there were always power battles. One of the most notorious incidents was when Lefty Rosenthal was denied a gaming license in 1979 by the Nevada Gaming Control Board and got into a confrontation with the chairman, who at the time was Harry Reid. Yes, that is the same Harry Reid that the airport is now named after. And even among mob members, there were struggles for power. Poker legend Doyle Brunson was once in a confrontation with Tony Spilotro, to the point that Spilotro threatened to kill Brunson. Fortunately for Brunson, he was friends with a guy named Benny Binion. They were both originally from the state of Texas, and Benny helped protect Brunson from Spilotro. This was helpful because Benny had already killed at least one person before he ever even came to Las Vegas. This one is not so much an outright lie, but just something that many people who love Las Vegas do not realize. When people think of Las Vegas, they likely think of this place as doing everything big. And that is because Vegas has some unique characteristics, like the incredible amount of resorts in one area, the sheer size of these buildings being overwhelming, and crazy stories about how much high rollers spend in a weekend. That often leads people to think that the biggest money spent in the gambling world must happen here in Las Vegas. Wrong. Although Southern Nevada casinos do combine to typically make about $1 billion a month in revenue, the amount of money they make and even the size of the casino floors gets completely dwarfed by Macau. For example, the casino floor over at the Venetian is about 120,000 square feet. The Venetian in Macau, the casino floor there is 550,000 square feet, more than 4 times as big. In fact, back in 2019, right before COVID hit, the gambling revenue made in Macau was 6 times what was made here in Las Vegas. Sin City will never run out of crazy stories to tell. Just don't let all the bright lights get in the way of discovering the true Las Vegas. I am Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas. Thanks for watching.